And so today we have a representative from the Jack Kent Cooke Foundation, and it's a wonderful organization that supports students at different levels of their education. And today I have the privilege to interview Nancy Ayarawan, who is the senior educational advisor for the foundation. Nancy, thank you first for accepting our invitation to be here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us. I'm very excited to share a little bit more about the Young Scholars Program with you.
Definitely. So you have multiple programs, but today we want to talk about one that I think is super important because it's all about motivating students in order to be able to succeed. Can you tell us a little bit about the Young Scholars Program over at the Jack and Cook Foundation Scholarship?
Yes, so the Jack and Cook Foundation has a couple of scholarships, as you know, but the one that I'm going to focus on today is the Young Scholars Program. The Young Scholars Program is for students who are in seventh grade going into eighth grade. So the students apply in seventh grade and they are selected when they are in eighth grade. And what we do is we help them all the way through high school graduation to ensure that they're prepared for college. So that is our main focus. What's really unique about the program is that each student is going to have assigned an educational advisor like myself, who will work to guide them all the way through. So they'll help them with all the steps that they need to take to make sure that they're graduating and that they're off to a good path after graduation as well.
Definitely. And again, it's important that kids who are wanting to learn get motivated by the fact that they're going to have a mentor who's going to guide them. For a lot of us who are either immigrants or refugees to the United States, as parents, we often focus so much on just this basic survival of paying the rent and the food and all of this stuff. And we don't necessarily understand the educational system of the United States. And for that reason alone, it's wonderful that this program exists for those individuals. Can you tell us a little bit more about what is the process of applying for this program?
Yes, so the application just opened on the 7th of February and it closes on May 9th of 2022. And it's going to be open for about 3 months. But the students that we're looking for are students who love learning, who are really passionate about things in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. So we're looking for students who really appreciate and have a love for learning. And one of the things that they'll need to do is apply online. After the application process, they will be hearing back from us about the next step if they are selected as semifinalists. And then after that is when they'll be called to come into an interview. So there's a 3-step process for that. The other thing that I mentioned about the Young Scholars Program is that because it's for students who are in 7th grade, we do partner with the families to ensure that they have the support alongside their parents, right? So we're partnering with the parents as well so that it's kind of like a holistic, individualized support that they have.
Definitely. And so the application is out and people can already do this. Letters of recommendation are definitely important. What else is important here?
Yes, so the letters of recommendation, they're going to need two, one from a teacher or someone that knows them well, that could speak to their academic ability. The second could be from a community member. So if they volunteer anywhere, they could get someone to write it for them. If they attend church regularly and they have someone that could speak to their who they are, they could write that for them, or it could be two teachers if they choose to have that happen. The other requirement is that the students have A's and B's in all their classes from 6th to 7th grade. So we're going to be looking at those 2 years. And then the one that's the most important is ensuring that the families have an income of 95,000 or below that. So that's the cap that we have for the scholarship.
Definitely. And so my next question to you is, what is the number on average of students who apply versus how many get accepted into the program?
Yeah, so typically we get about 2,200 applications every year. Of those, we select between 50 and 60, depending on the year. And so it's very selective, but it's definitely a life-changing program. So I highly encourage students to apply.
And again, the idea with this program is that you are trying to create equity where you have children with parents who make two and $300,000 perhaps, and they can get tutors for the kids, and they can pay somebody a few hundred or a few thousand to say, hey, these are the classes that you need to take for this career, for this university. And in reality, you are providing this for free to those who are lucky enough to be able, or who earn, I should say, the opportunity to be able to benefit from this. And so it's important that people understand that there are a lot of great benefits as a result of this, because then this moves them later on to be able to apply when it's time to graduate high school for the actual college application, which can give them up to $55,000 a year while they are at the university.
Yeah, that's correct. And what's really unique about so the young scholars are all eligible to apply for the college scholarship after completion of the program. Um, then what's really amazing about the program, I think, for the college scholarship is that once the students graduate high school and they apply to the college scholarship, once they're awarded that scholarship, they get $55,000 to pay for the cost of college. In addition, they also get an education advisor like myself who helps guide them through college as well, so that it goes hand in hand, right? They have the financial support, but they also have the guidance and the mentorship from an advisor who's going to be able to help them either choose classes or help them identify majors, whatever help they need during that process.
What we know is that at least at California community colleges and public universities, on average, about 60% of students who enter the community colleges and universities, when they ask them, what is your major, 60% or so say, I don't know. So their major becomes, I don't know. And then what we run into on a regular basis, and I talk about this here on Líderes del Futuro on KBBF, I talk about this all the time, that by the second year, by the third year, maybe they figured it out by then, or they simply walk out and they said, I have no idea. And the wonderful thing that you are doing with this program, the Young Scholars Program, is you are supporting them so that they can figure it out during the next 4 years. And then they know which university they really should be applying to, because they have a better idea of what careers they're going to pursue. Am I correct?
Yes. And then the other, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to having an advisor, right? Because you do get the guidance, you get the support. The other neat thing is that part of the conversations that we have is really finding the things that you enjoy and that you love doing. And then how do those tie into your long-term goals, whether it's major related or whether it's career related. And so that those conversations start really early so that the student starts identifying, like, I'm really good at this. I'm really, really hoping to achieve this or explore in this. And so we help guide all of those conversations to ensure that they have those opportunities.
Definitely. I think that, and this was today's TikTok that I did, and that is, we live in a capitalistic system where it pushes you to believe that if you have a certain number of vehicles and a certain house and you can do this and that then you'll be happy. But in reality, it's about what you love doing. And that's, again, why I was looking forward to this interview with you, because, again, that's what you do. You support individuals to figure out, this is what I'm good at, this is what I enjoy doing, what university, what college is going to get me there, so that I can develop that level of satisfaction in carrying out that career. So I'm grateful. Again, the application is open now. It ends in May, if I remember correctly. And then again, people need to start reaching out to their teachers and other individuals in the community that they may have done community service, and they need to get those letters of recommendation. Again, less than $95,000 is what the family needed to make in order to be able to apply. And then we're talking about A's and B's in 6th and 7th grade.
That's
When
correct.
is when is the deadline, just so that people remember that and write it
So
down somewhere?
May 9th, May 9th, 2022 is the deadline. You could apply at www.jkcf.org. There's a few scholarships on there, but the one that you should be looking for if you're in 7th grade, it should be the Young Scholars Program.
Definitely. And again, if you're getting this information via YouTube, in my YouTube channel or my podcast, I will put the link directly to that so that you can review that a little bit more. And again, I'm grateful to you and the organization, the foundation that you represent, for taking the time and being with us. I know that you are, you could be doing other stuff, but here you are educating the community. So I'm grateful for that. And I look forward to future conversations about this program, especially if you end up choosing somebody from the West Coast and Northern California. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.